There's so much misinformation out there about boosting testosterone, whether it be claims certain supplements, cold exposure, or HIIT sessions boost testosterone. There's a lot of information to navigate out there. So just to clear things up, these are 7 habits that will increase your testosterone. This isn't going to be a list of quick fixes, but genuine, well-known habits that will increase your T count. Let's start with lifting weights. Now, almost everyone knows that lifting weights increases your testosterone, but why does lifting weights increase your testosterone? Why does our body even connect lifting weights with our primary male sex hormone? If you subscribe to the theory of evolution, then the only reason testosterone, the hormone that is made to ensure our sexual success, is connecting to weightlifting is because many years ago in more barbaric days, we as men had to compete with each other not only for mates, but also to stave off other men away from our woman. And we had to hunt to get food for the tribe and similar things, and we had to protect. Your body is essentially saying to you, in order for me to sexually succeed, we must make sure we can overcome physical struggles and have enough strength and power in order to do the tasks that we need to do. So when you go to failure in the gym, your body is essentially sending signals that your muscles are under stress and they may need more power as they have failed to complete a physical task. Therefore, your brain releases growth hormones and also recruits more testosterone from the testes to facilitate muscle growth and recovery. We spoke about fighting for mates, so I'm sure you won't be surprised that competition actually boosts testosterone as well. When I was probably quite low on testosterone myself, there was only one habit I was doing that may have been boosting my T count. And believe it or not, that habit was actually playing competitive video games. Competition itself has been proven to boost testosterone. And interestingly enough, you don't actually have to be participating in a competition for you to experience the same highs. You can actually just be a spectator that's invested in your team. And essentially there was a study done, I think it was on the final of a World Cup, where they took the supporters of the winning team and the supporters of the losing team, tested their testosterone before the final, which was elevated anyway because they were going into competition, and the team that actually won had higher testosterone for much longer after the match had finished than the team who had lost, who actually received a decrease in their testosterone after the match had finished. Now, to be honest, I'm not going to recommend video games, because competitive video games, unless you really want to go professional, serve absolutely no benefit to you. Find something that you can be competitive in that will also serve you by making you physically stronger or maybe even mentally stronger. The traditional masculine sport would be to do rugby or to maybe do something like MMA and kickboxing and boxing and the like. And if that's not your thing, please don't shy away from it. Football will do the similar thing, and I guess if you really want to, then yes, you can play games, but it's a bit crap. Do something else. The additional benefit of doing football or tennis instead of doing gaming is that it works really well in combination with the next step, and that step is going outside. Apart from obvious intake of vitamin D, which acts directly to support your body's creation of testosterone, going outside also just boosts your mood, helps you go to sleep on time as it helps your circadian rhythm, and being in nature specifically reduces stress. All of these are pro-testosterone effects that happen to you merely from stepping outside. Now let's talk about sleep. Sleep is probably the most important metric for boosting your testosterone. Getting anywhere from 9 to 8 hours of sleep a day will significantly increase the amount of testosterone that you have, more than any supplement, habit, or activity. Studies that shown that sleep deprivation significantly reduces testosterone. Peter Attia even said in his book Outlive that he went to Navy bases and Army bases and surveyed the blood work of these people in the Army who are very traditionally masculine. But all of these guys had low testosterone, just because their sleep was often interrupted or lacked quality. This is further backed up by studies that support the idea that actually testosterone is mainly created and put into your body during the night, during when you're sleeping. That could be why it's common knowledge that in the morning you actually have a higher amount of testosterone. Another aspect that could have been contributing to the blood work of those army men could be nutrition. I essentially don't need to say anything else other than make sure that you're eating a clean diet. What I mean by clean is unprocessed foods from good sources with minimal chemical contamination. For example, chicken breast with sweet potato, and good quality or organic broccoli. Fatty steak with quality rice and asparagus. Triglycerides is a harmful kind of fat, often found in fast food and ultra-processed foods. that is found in men with low testosterone, as well as high sugar inhibits testosterone production. Vegetables and seed oils, unfortunately, due to their processing, are pumped with so much unhealthy stuff, it's unreal, and that impacts our testosterone as well as foods that are high in fake estrogens such as soy, flax, sesame, and dried fruits. In addition to this, just because I don't have a specific section to say this, get rid of as much plastic in your environment as you can. The non-stick pans and all that stuff, it's really not good. And if you want to know more, you can watch the video in the card here. It's one of my old videos. Something to keep in regard to do with your diet and testosterone is you shouldn't bulk up too excessively if you want to keep your testosterone high. This is because a lower body fat percentage is also very important for testosterone production. This is for a couple reasons. The first is that fat stores and creates estrogen, as well as storing things like microplastics. This can be a dangerous cycle. High fat percentage creates estrogen, low testosterone, and estrogen and low testosterone creates more fat. In addition to this, fat around your abdomen directly inhibits testosterone as well. This is because it causes a large amount of inflammation on your organs in your general body, and inflammation kills testosterone. Although with this being said, it's important to note that actually having super low body fat is just as bad. This is because when your body can't burn off any more sugar, and it can't burn any fat as well, it will just burn your muscles. And then at that point, your body kind of goes into shutdown, and it kind of thinks, oh, I'm actually in a position where it's life or death, or I'm actually in a position where I just need to survive. It stops focusing on reproduction. You want to land in that Goldilocks zone of 12% to 20% body fat percentage. If you haven't recognized by now, having high testosterone is kind of just a proxy for being healthy. A good handful of things I could mention in this video would also land themselves in a how to stay healthy video. So let's get a little more specific with supplements. I'm going to be going over this more in depth in a video next week. But the general consensus is zinc and copper, magnesium biglycinate, ashwagandha, turmeric and curcumin, vitamin D and boron. If you want to learn more about why testosterone creates muscles, watch this video that I released last week. Thank you.